Hello everyone! As you all may know, the newest 5-star ACHERON releases tomorrow. But here are some things you need to know before you pull. ACHERON will be a 5-star unit that follows the path of Nihility and is featured as a DPS unit. Alongside ACHERON, the new 4-star running in her banner is Gallagher. But aside from Gallagher, let's talk about ACHERON's card. Her card is called Along the Passing Shore. It gives the wearer 36 to 60% crit damage. It also inflicts a thing called empty bubbles on an enemy, lasting for one turn, which can only be triggered once every time the wearer attacks. The great thing about ACHERON's card is that it allows the wearer to deal 24 to 40% more damage towards enemies inflicted with empty bubble, which is nice considering the fact that the card can be put on anybody else that uses those stats. If you don't care about ACHERON's light cone and want a free-to-play option, here are a few good ones. The first one that everyone could use on ACHERON is Welt's light cone called In the Name of the World, or the best 4-star light cone called Good Night Sleep Well. These two light cones are viable for ACHERON, since both of these cards revolve around increased crit damage against debuffed enemies. Well, enough about talking about light cones. Let's talk about the best relics in slot for ACHERON. The best relic in use for ACHERON is one called Pioneer Diver of the Dead Waters. This is due to the fact it helps deal more damage against debuffed enemies. A few more relics besides from the Pioneer set are Azuma Gunsei and Firmament, which increases the damage and speed of ACHERON's mobility used in battle. Well, enough said about ACHERON's relics and light cones. Let's talk about ACHERON's passives. ACHERON's passive is called Red Oni. Before any battle starts, ACHERON immediately gains 5 stacks of Crimson Knot on an enemy when ACHERON overuses her skill or when team members debuff enemies. This passive allows herself to gain 1 stack of Quadrivalent Ascendance. Another passive of ACHERON's is called the Abyss. This allows ACHERON to deal more damage with her basic, skill, and ultimate, which is pretty handy considering most character in the game are Nihility. The last passive of ACHERON's is called Thundercore. When the Rainblade from ACHERON's ultimate hits enemy targets with Crimson Knot, her damage increases by 30%, stacking up to 3 times and lasting for 3 turns, and when Stygian Resurge triggers, it also additionally deals damage for 6 times. ACHERON's basic attack is pretty simple. It is called Trilateral Wilt Cross, and it deals lightning DMG equal to 50% ACHERON's attack to a single enemy. After the basic comes the skill, in which in ACHERON's case is called Octavolt Flash. She gains 1 point of slash streams and inflicts 1 stack of Crimson Knot on a single target enemy, dealing lightning damage equal to 80% of ACHERON's attack to a target. Lastly comes ACHERON's ultimate, which is called Slash Stream Cries in Red. Sequentially unleash Rainblade 3 times and Stygian Resurge 1 time, dealing lightning damage up to 223% of ACHERON's attack to a single target enemy, as well as lightning damage up to 180% of ACHERON's attack to other targets. For you whales out there, here are the E-Dolans for ACHERON. The first E-Dolan is called Silent Sky's Fake Soothe, which increases the crit rate increases by 18% when dealing damage to debuffed enemies. The next one is called New Thunder and Still Tempest. The number of Nihility characters required for the Trace the Abyss to achieve its highest possible effect is reduced by 1. When her turn starts, she gains 1 point of slash stream and inflicts 1 stack of Crimson Knot on the enemy with most knots. Everyone has this Eidolon, which increases ultimate level +2 up to a maximum of level 15 and basic attack level +1 up to a maximum of level 10. The fourth Eidolon is Shrined Fire for Mirrored Soul. When enemy targets enter combat, it makes them vulnerable to the ultimate damage, increasing the amount of damage they take from the ultimate by 8%. 5 increases skill and talent. And lastly, 6 increases the all-type resistance and penetration for the ultimate damage dealt by ACHERON by 20%. The damage dealt by basic attack and skill will also be considered as ultimate damage and can Reduce enemy toughness regardless of weakness types. This is all for the ACHERON breakdown, but if you like and subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. Thanks for watching and have a good year.